Hello and welcome back to the channel. It's the last day of my Christmas holidays and today I just quite fancy doing a 10k time trial. Let's do it. Right, I've limbered up a little bit, and before I head out the door, I'm going to have two segments of one of these Voom Electro Energy bars. They're caffeine free, and the reason that I have caffeine free bars before I run is that anytime I seem to have caffeine, and actually let me know about this in the comments if you experience the same thing, but anytime that I have caffeine before a run, my heart rate tends to peak really soon. It elevates really quickly as soon as I set off running, and I seem to burn out faster than I would do if I don't have caffeine. So I haven't had a coffee this morning. We're around about 11 AM, so I would usually have had a coffee first thing in the morning just to wake up and all of that sort of stuff. But anytime I'm running, I do so without caffeine. So as I say, Voom bars are caffeine free, and they're 4 segments, and so before 10k I tend to have 2 segments. They're tasty and they dissolve really quickly once you put them in your mouth. If you want to check them out, have a look at Voom Nutrition, and if you use the code Jamie15 I think you get 15% off your order. Definitely worth checking them out and giving them a go because I've found them great. Discovered them back in the summer, used them on my ultramarathon and used them on all of my long runs. Right, so let's head out the door. Right then, so I'm just doing a little bit of a warm-up, a couple of kilometres or so before I set off on the time trial. It's been really heavily raining this morning. That was just sheet ice there. On and off. There's been hail, there's been a little bit of snow, and there's been really heavy rain. So I'm hoping to squeeze in between showers without too much of a problem. I can't imagine getting caught up in some of the rain that we had this morning. Would be a great deal of fun. So where I'm headed is not too far from where I live. I'm just doing a lap around the block first before I find my start line. There's a lap of a nearby estate which is a little under 2 kilometers. It's fairly flat, and it's where I recently did my half marathon time trial, coming in at a little over 1 hour and 19 minutes. It's fairly forgiving in the sense that not only is it flat, but you do get shielded a little bit from the wind. There is a slight breeze today coming in this direction, so for part of it I'll have a headwind and part of it a slight tailwind, I think. So we're now in January of 2021, and the last time I did a 10k time trial, I think it was around about April of 2020, and my time came in at 35 minutes and 40 seconds. Towards the end of 2020 I did 5k time trial, 16:55, and half marathon time trial, 1 hour 19 minutes and 18 seconds. But I haven't done a 10k time trial in a while. My focus throughout 2020, as you'll see on my most recent YouTube video, was clocking up as many half marathons as I could for the charity Calm in memory of one of my best friends. So I haven't really focused on speed for a while. What I want to do in 2021 is to see how much quicker I can get, building on the foundations of a strong cardio base, strong fitness base. Look at this. Can't imagine I'm going to be able to run on this very well. Look. It's just ice. So my start line is just up here. I hope it's not slippy as this. Anyway, what was I saying? So what I want to do 2021 is to try and focus on speed a little bit, perhaps get my 10k time down, my half marathon time down a little bit, with some structured speed training of some kind. I've never really done any formal structured speed training, so it'll be interesting to see just how much, if anything, I can improve. But what I want to do is draw a bit of a line in the sand this morning, get my baseline and work out exactly where my 10k fitness is. So that's the plan today. Get out, push for 10k, see how it's looking, and that will set the target for me to beat over the coming months. I'd love to say that I have a specific goal in mind, but I don't at the moment. Sub 35 would be great, but until I start putting in the work, I'm probably not going to really know what I'm capable of. It was similar in the half marathon challenge last year, in that I set out to do 60 half marathons. I ended up doing 70 plus an ultra marathon. So until you get later in the year, I don't feel like you can really set the bar as high as you're capable of. So for now, we'll say sub 35 would be great. Later in the year, we might revisit that a little bit. And hopefully I can share some of that journey as well. Right then, here we are on my start line. Today I'm running in the Nike Vaporfly Next Percent. My other time trials, the 5k and the half marathon, were both done in the Alphafly Next Percent. Surprising that I got a 5k PB in the Alphafly, because they are slightly heavier than the Vaporfly, and so probably better suited to longer distances, which is where you'll get the benefit from the AirPods at the front of the shoe. But sure enough, I went out and broke my PB by, I think it was about 20 seconds or something like that. So yeah, first time dipping below 17 minutes, which was great. And the rest of my kit is also fairly lightweight today. I'm wearing the Nike Aeroswift shorts and just a base layer on top because it's cold, but I wanted to stay lightweight. So I didn't want to put a t-shirt over the top as well. I'm not wearing my usual heart rate monitor. I'm going to be running by feel primarily. I will have my watch on for pace, but I find that when it's on my wrist, I'm not getting as accurate a heart rate reading as I do with my chest strap, particularly when it's really, really cold. I find that the reading from my wrist, perhaps it's the temperature thing, but the reading from my wrist just doesn't seem to come through properly. It's either really low or it's really high, and it doesn't seem to match up with when I take a physical reading of my wrist, for example. So I'm going to switch on some music now, get on my start line and get going and see how we do. I'll check in with you in hopefully about 36 minutes. So here we go then, and we're off. Oh, and there we have it. First 10k time trial of 2021. And that felt tough. My time, I think, was a little over 36 minutes, so slightly behind PV pace. My jaw has gone completely numb. I can't feel my fingers and toes. It's cold out here. So yeah, a couple of seconds per kilometre behind PB pace. I set off fairly well, but as I got to sort of the 5k mark, I felt like I was starting to slow. There's a few kilometres in there where I was dipping into the 340s, and I wanted to be closer to 3 minutes and 30 kilometre for that 35-minute milestone. So let's have a second to get my breath back and then summarise a little bit. So I've just about got my breath back now. So I've just had a quick look at the splits. The time was exactly 36 minutes for the 10k. That's my second fastest 10k, but like I said, it was 2 seconds per kilometre behind my PB pace, which was only in a time trial and not in a proper race, and therefore probably doesn't count. Reflecting on it a little bit and looking at the splits, I set off pretty quickly. I think the first kilometre was around about 3 minutes and 25, and I was just unable to sustain that faster pace around the 3:30 mark throughout the duration, particularly from kilometre 6 onwards. So what I think I need to focus on is building up that speed endurance. So I can run fast, I know I can run fairly fast, but what I can't really do at the moment is sustain that speed for that 30 to 35 minutes. So what I want to do is to look at some training, some workouts that are going to help me with that. If you've got any suggestions of good workouts to help with that, then let me know in the comments below. That would be really helpful. I know I've got the baseline fitness there, having done the 70 half marathons and the ultra marathon in 2020. I've got plenty of strength in my legs. I just need that speed endurance. So that's where I want to focus some of my attention over the next couple of months. I've got a half marathon race in May. It's now January. So a little bit of time to really build up that speed and hopefully perform well in the half marathon. And so that is it, short and sweet one today. I just thought I'd take you along for that time trial, and now I've set my baseline for 2021. How much lower than 36 minutes can I go in the next 360 days or so? Once again, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all of that sort of great stuff. Share this video with your friends, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.